So it is pretty obvious by now that AI is kind of revolutionizing the world, or at least it's a really big paradigm shift. I mean, AI was there since quite some years, but it was not in the mainstream till the advent of ChatGPT, I'd say. I mean, that really brought it up in the collective consciousness. And from there, almost everyone is able to use it, even with other tools such as Midjourney to create images. I mean, it's pretty well established in the mainstream now. And naturally, people are starting to have the idea of, will actually AI replace me? Because it's not actually an irrational fear. The capacity of AI right now are great and can automate or replace certain jobs already. So I want to explore a little bit this question today and give you practical principles and insights about how to not be replaced by AI and to thrive during this paradigm shift. So we'll go over some key elements that I think you must understand to thrive in this era, and some practical solution to that problem that I think are quite effective and will be fundamental in approaching this situation. So what is the solution to that issue? Well, I think is being a unique individual. I mean, this is the core of it. And I'll go over why in a second and explain to you why I think that's the case. Because it is at the core of not being replaceable, because that is the core of the issue. See, your experiences composes the data set which is training your mental circuits, your neural connections, what makes your mind the way it is, the wiring of your mind. And this is exactly the way in which AI works. It is modeled after the way the brain works. So in a very crude way, AI takes an input, which is the data set that is fed. And from that, from all this data, it learns to identify patterns, to identify characteristics. From that is the learning part, it is able to produce an output. And that is the knowledge, it is its point of view. So when it has learned that from the input, it is able to give a new output from the association that it has made with the pattern recognition. This is similar to what you do with your own mind. See, you saw a cat 1,000 times, you know what a cat is. That is your pattern recognition system. So the next time you see a cat, you are actually able to see that's a cat, or you are able to recreate a cat from your imagination. So if someone tells to you the word cat, you will see it in your mind. You are able to imagine it because you already have the data set for it. So all that to say, just that the way AI works is similar to how your mind works. And what is unique about you is your data set. And that is the key, man, because that is what makes you unique. That is what makes you valuable, irreplaceable. Because your data set, your own unique experiences, your knowledge, your skills can't be duplicated by another. Only you have your point of view, exactly as it is. See, when all people use an AI which is trained on a certain data set, they only have that kind of data set. They don't have any unique take. So it starts to be all the same. It starts to be not unique, not distinct. So that makes it lose its value. When there was the Industrial Revolution of the machine work, where people just did one task mechanically as if they were machine, those people were replaced by the machine afterwards, by data automation, because that mechanical act didn't require any individuality, any creativity, any ideas. It was just mechanical action. And that is what machines are able to replace. Now, AI brings that a little bit to a higher step, but the principle is the same. What will keep you valuable is your individuality. It is your unique standpoint, your unique insight and skills. So as we will see, this is really at the core of the solution that I want to propose to you. Just one thing before going deeper into that is learn to use AI. Like, of course, man, you need to do that. You need to be able to adapt in that way, to learn to use the new tools as they come along. When electricity came into the world, the people selling candles probably were shaking out of fear of being replaced in their business. But, starting to sell light bulbs would probably have been a better idea. See, you can't fight that. It's already there. So rather than staying in fear about it, it's way better to see how you can use it to your advantage and use it as a tool to complement your work rather than a threat to compete with, because that will just not work out well for you. Just imagine if you would have insisted on selling candles when light bulb came around and just waste your energy in that rather than being an early adapter and start to sell the light bulbs. So regarding the individual point of view, what's key here is to cultivate that. Cultivate your unique skills and point of view. See, AI cannot replicate your life experiences, your creativity, vision, and imagination, and your taste, your style, your artistic taste, your design taste, or whatever field you are into. There are other valuable skills that you can cultivate which AI will not ever completely replace and are inherent to you being a human being and to have an effective relation with others and thrive. And those skills are learning how to learn by yourself. So self-learning is essential. Find your own way of learning. Learn the way you learn best. Discover that so you don't have to rely on others to learn, and you are dedicated to lifelong learning. This is one of the most important skills ever, because it's a meta skill that enables you to learn all other skills. Then thinking for yourself is key in these times. Don't outsource your thinking, and that is easy to do with, ChatGPT and so-called experts. But yeah, the advent of ChatGPT really made this easier because you can just ask it anything and you start to be used to the fact that in a way it does your elaborated thinking for you. So this is a skill that you need. So thinking for yourself is really something that you shouldn't throw away like that and outsource all the time, but really see the value of it and keep it. This is something that covers multiple areas of your life and is at the basis of your mind. So it's not something that you should disregard or give up as worthless or as a burden. Then communication and psychology, which could even include sales, influence, and some marketing principles, just to understand the basics of that. See, having effective communication is crucial in any interaction with anyone, whether it is in business or not. And understanding the psychology of that and the way the mind works, yours and the one of others, is really something that you should master, I think, because it has plenty of practical, useful cases in which to apply it every day. And focus, which is harder and harder in those times with all the distractions and the infinite media we have available. That is something that is crucial to keep and to cultivate, because it enables you to apply your energy on whatever you deem most important in your life. And without that, you will not be able to do anything at all. And in line with this is training your own mental model. See, your own unique point of view is your mental model, which has been created by everything you read, watch, listen, experience. See, an essential part of cultivating your own unique point of view is to start to train your own mental model deliberately, consciously, rather than it being created by random events and other people and things you are unaware of. So being deliberate about what we consume is key, because everything you read, watch, and listen is shaping your thoughts, your beliefs, your behaviors. And if you're unconscious of that, you just don't know what is actually happening, and you have no control over it. But if you start to be conscious of how your mind is being conditioned, you can start to deliberately choose how you want to condition and shape your mind and your subconscious by understanding how it works, its mechanisms, and then taking responsibility for that, which just means that you are conscious, you are deliberate about how your mind is being trained, is being formed and shaped. Because if you're not training your own mind, be sure that someone else is. There are billions of dollars spent to shape your beliefs and your decisions. This is not a game, man. This is serious stuff. Your mind has value. You have value. You are being used in that way. You are being programmed to serve something other than yourself and than what you value. And that is done through propaganda, marketing, mainstream media, and social media algorithms. So my question to you is, are you okay with someone else programming your mind? Because once you wake up, you realize that that is what is happening. There are simply people that want to hold control, and to do that, they need to have control over your mind. I mean, time ago, slavery was through the body, and now it is much more subtle. It is through the mind. It is through the control of the mind. So there are literally think tanks, plenty of people, which are being paid to think of ways in which to control your mind, in which to shape your mind. So if you don't take care for it yourself and decide to own that yourself, you will just be at the mercy of them, and you will not even be aware of it. So the essence of art and innovation, I think it's a key thought in this whole process, because AI by itself is not a source of innovation. It is not a source of creativity. And you can see, for example, the art which is being created with AI. It lacks soul, personal taste. It starts to become all the same things, and you can tell it is made by AI. And even if it looks superficially great and impressive, you just see that it has not anything unique to it. Because what makes an artist is not the tool he uses. It is not the photo camera that it uses. You can have that and make horrible pictures. You can have the best brushes in the world and make horrible paintings. Because art is not merely a technical skill. It is about what you are expressing through it. It is what you are creating through the technical skill, through the technique, through the tools. And by its very nature, this can't ever be replicated. This creative essence can't ever be replaced by something as AI. See, AI excels at automating execution, so mechanical execution, organization, and brainstorming. You give him ideas and he will help you to reorganize them and re-elaborate them and come up with more detailed information and definitions about what you are giving it as an input. But it cannot replace your original inspirations. It can't replace your deep personal thinking because it doesn't have your data set and your brain. It can't replicate breakthroughs because, it itself is a breakthrough. It's a paradigm shift. It itself was invented by a human. And like all breakthroughs, it requires direct consciousness, direct experimentation, and insight. And it can't replace visionary ideas. Those things are unique to your own mind. So see, the core of this is that it cannot invent by itself. It cannot create by itself. You might think that it is creating just because it is giving you something that you didn't give to it, in a sense. But that is just based on its dataset and how it shifts and combines the information in that dataset. When you are generating an image, for example, with one of these tools, what it gives to you is based on all the creation made by humans. So it is just giving you a mix based on that. But he didn't create that by itself. So I really want you to get this clearly. AI is just a tool. And as any tool, it is an extension of your will. It has no will on its own. As we said, it can't create by its own. So use it as you use your own hands, man. You don't expect them to tell you what to think, to generate your ideas. They are there to help you to execute your ideas, to use your will through them. Only you can do that. So retain that ability and cultivate it, because that's irreplaceable. That's unique. That is the spark that drives all innovation, all creation, and all great things that every human did here on Earth. So this is my whole take on the whole AI situation, and I hope you saw some useful things that you can cultivate and use in your life to get through this era on fire and really get in touch with the unique creation that you can bring to this world, and just be able to express it deeply and not think that an AI will replace you anytime soon. It will replace mechanical work which needs no creativity, no innovation, no originality. But that is a characteristic that humans have natively, and that is what is valuable and that is what you can use to thrive. Okay, so let me know if you like the whole presentation style, and drop a comment with maybe some idea you'd like me to cover, or how you are seeing this whole AI situation. And make sure to see the whole life principle map you ever need, which has plenty of concepts and principles that are useful in the world of business, relationships, productivity, and spirituality. So plenty of useful gem there, and you can get it for free. Till next time, stay strong, man.